Here we go. Today is really a special day. It's my last class of the day where I get to enjoy the company of Matt Bellis and share my top moments in the classroom. We have 2 more classes before we do watch parties and remember some of my favorite. As a matter of fact, for the next 2 weeks after like the 23rd through the 6th of January, we're going to have some special watch parties that are my top watch parties of the year. So I want to encourage all of you who are watching on YouTube to think about some of your aha moments. So right now I'm speaking to YouTube. Once the music starts, we start the podcast. So for those of you who are new to the classroom, there's different things that are happening while you're watching, not just the YouTube, not just Facebook, but there's also podcasts. But you can always join us live on facebook.com/Lillian's radio show. So today we are going to talk about our moments, the defining moments of the year 2019. And so fasten your seatbelt because we are going to learn and grow together. It's time to dance, Matt. I love your moves, babe. Love your moves.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here. Right here, and when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for
you. This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening and viewing friends on facebook.com/Lillian's radio show. Or when I say at Lillian's radio show, that's what I mean. Facebook.com @Lillian's radio show. So nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful best day ever. And if you've been tuning in since 2011 or maybe yesterday for the first time, you watched Joseph Mercola in the classroom. I'm so grateful for you. If somebody, though, said, you need to check out this class today because Matt Bellis is on, or we're going to talk about aha moments of 2019, and I want to be a part of the class today, you be the teacher, then please know I have been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. OMG. Can you believe it? There's only a couple of weeks left, or maybe less than a couple of weeks left of the new year. So we were going to be celebrating the holidays. So happy holidays. And when I say happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, I celebrate with you. I think it's so wonderful that we live in a world where we can be our unique self, that we can celebrate the way we want. And we also get to reminisce and think about how we want next year to be. What are the parts of this year, 2019, that have affected your life, whether you perceived it as good at the time or as bad at the time? I promise you, if you look back at it, those are moments where you grow the most. Think about it. When everything is good and you can just like spend all the money you want and your life is just like a vacation, there's not a need to really learn and grow as much as when you're going through tough times, when you're going through moments where something hits you and say, wow, I'm a victim no more. Wow, I don't need to be sick. Wow, I could choose health. Wow. And those are the moments that sometimes are they're preceded by sadness or discomfort or disconnection. And so today we're going to be talking about my top moments of the year, whether there were difficult times or that I perceived as difficult times at the moment. Again, I promise you, if you trust the process, you will discover those are defining moments of who you are, who you were meant to be, who you were created to be. So today, I'm not only going to be talking about that, but we always have Matt Bellis twice a month to share what's happening in the health industry when it comes to sharing and caring for one another. And so today, all of you are the teachers as well. So I would love for you to share your defining moments that in the classroom that have said, oh, this is what I needed to hear today. And so share that below, and your name. Anyone who instant messages me, if you want to share it privately, anyone who makes a comment today, we're going to be giving some gifts. And I will share those gifts after we get the privilege of learning more with Matt Bellis of Liberty Healthshare. And since it's our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Matt Bellis is here to do just that. Welcome, Matt, to the classroom.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to be here.
It's always thrilling. And I love your moves. Your moves have really improved so much since your first day, I must tell you.
I've come out of my shell. So, yeah.
You come out wherever you are. So share a little bit about your background and some of your aha moments of this year, moments of clarity.
I'm glad that you brought this whole subject up here today, because what better way to pause and reflect on things that went well or things that didn't go so well or things that you wish you could do better in the next year than at the end of the year and on these gray, cold, wintry days.
Yes.
It's good to stay in and reflect. And, there have been some transitions that we have gone through, and I've really learned especially within work and Liberty Healthshare and what we've been doing, that life is not static. It's a constant move. Things change all the time. It's one moment of difference to another moment of difference. I apologize if you could hear my dog sneezing.
Is that your dog sneezing? I'm thinking, who's moving some documents around?
The poor thing. But anyway.
I think he's allergic to you.
Yeah, he might be. But we have in our lives, things that they are constantly moving, constantly changing. The forward march of time always reminds us that things are not static, but they're also not episodic. It's not moving from one nice tight-knit story to another tight-knit story. It's a constant move of difference and change. And I say that because, we at Liberty Healthshare have had some differences and some changes over this past year.
Yes.
There was a technology implementation that we had some problems and issues with, and some people had some issues because of it. We had some leadership transitions, and we're still working through those and through some changes there. We have people who are within the organization just trying to figure out what it truly means to really make some of those transitions and changes.
Yes.
And so, we've in this past year really seen that we have a duty and a desire and responsibility to our members and to provide the best that we can for them as a healthcare sharing ministry, and to do the things that are necessary to ensure not really just an experience, but really the member community, to make sure that's the strongest that it can be. And it really starts with us right at the home office. From the person who is sweeping the floors to the person who's calling the shots, need to be on the same page, need to be moving towards the same goal and the same mission, and to realize that Nothing is done. Nothing is complete. It's not a tight-knit story. It is something that is continuous. It's movement. It's gradual. So always look at every single day. Make those decisions that are good, right, just, and make a difference in other people's lives.
Yes, absolutely. And so, and I've been aware of some of these issues, and I'm always happy to hear and learn that, even through difficult times, we can come out even better. And so I'm looking forward to the better with Liberty Healthshare as you guys are learning from your moments and creating something new and improved, right?
Absolutely, and it's one of those things that we're glad that we have the basis that we do. We're glad we have the structure, the bones of the organization that we do. But we know that there are some things that we can make changes on and do better on, and we want to do those things.
Very good, very good. So thank you so much for sharing that, Matt, because it's something that we've discussed in the past that we, the people, are forgiving. We are forgiving when we know that, or loving when we know that our brothers or sisters are going through difficult times. And that's what you guys represent. You represent, being there for people during their good times and not so good times. So, it's time for us to do some of that love back to you as you have loved us as well through our difficult times. So thank you for that. And thank you for sharing.
Appreciate that.
So now that open enrollment is done, what's new with Liberty Healthshare?
Well, we're still adding in members every single day, and it's one of those things that we're glad to be of support and help to those who are able to join us and want to be a part of us, because there's so many people. I mean, it's amazing how even though we talk about it and we live in the world of what is the open enrollment period, once people start seeing December 15th and they say, wait, now what do I have to do? What's going on? What's the matter? I wonder if this is the same type of thing that people went through whenever they first implemented the income tax. What do I have to do by April 15th? What's going on? Same type of thing, that people start to realize that they need to make sure that they have their healthcare choices and options taken care of for 2020. But some people have missed that open enrollment time period. Now, they're talking about maybe making some extensions, excuses, and things that are available for people. But unfortunately, a large part of the folks who might have missed the open enrollment time period, that door is shut and closed. But we're here as Liberty Healthshare to be there for people who want to join and want to be a part of us. And if they need a place and a resource, a home to land in, we're more than willing to be that home.
So with Liberty Healthshare, there is no open enrollment. Open enrollment is 365 days a year, right?
Exactly. Yes. Like I said, it's not episodic. You can join us any time of the year. It's continuous. Any
time of the year. And that's, it's breaking through that mentality. It's breaking through the old beliefs and the new beliefs. And one of the things that as I was getting ready today for the class, I was thinking, when we were children, when we were children, we learned about Santa Claus, and everybody loves Santa Claus. Everybody loves Santa Claus. But Santa Claus, as you get older, has a different meaning. And so today, when I just wanted to share with you, I don't know if you know about this, but growing up Spanish, we had more than Santa Claus. We had the three kings. We had the three kings who visited and brought gifts after the fact, that it didn't matter that Christmas was over. No. We still had Christmas, and we still celebrated Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas, because we were waiting for the arrival of the three kings, which is wisdom, the representation of wisdom. And so I wanted to say that the Santa Claus era is kind of done with Liberty Healthshare, right? And now you are in the three kings with the wisdom and looking back and reflecting.
Great way to put it.
That makes sense?
It does. I didn't know about your upbringing, and I'm familiar with the tradition.
Yes.
Because there are all kinds of Christmas traditions all around the world, and I really enjoy learning about those. And it's a very well apt way of saying it. The wisdom that we need in life is definitely something that we learn from
Yeah.
after those times of reflection and trial.
Yeah.
We grow and we learn, and there is a difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Hmm.
Uh, I have a pastor who actually said, knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing it doesn't go in a fruit salad.
That is very practical.
You're very practical.
You
Yeah.
have a very practical pastor. Now, as we complete the year 2019, are there any words of wisdom that you would like to ponder on with from Liberty Healthshare to our listeners and viewers?
We have a tendency, I think, especially in this time, to think of things in a beginning and an end. Because we have a linear life, we think our lives begin, or there are moments in our lives that begin and end, and that's it. There's nothing beyond it. But I really have to say, it's not, as you move on through life, things do start, things do end, but really the best way to look at this is that there are changes and shifts in the same story your whole life. It's not a absolute beginning and an absolute end. There are things to move and things to learn from and things to change with. And so as we move into any kind of new year, we don't have to think of things as an end, just a continuation, and that we can learn from those things, that we can actually improve upon those things. And no matter how much of a situation is turning out to be, it's not the end. There's always opportunity. There's always ways. There's always things that you can do, and always people that you can reach out to help you improve in your life, in your situation, and things that you can do to help others as well. So don't think of things as final, just think them as transitions.
Yes, yes. When a door closes, a window opens, or a window closes, a door opens. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much. For those of you who want to learn more about Liberty Healthshare, you can go to libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Or you can call 855-58-LIBERTY. That's 855-585-4237. Matt Bellis, it's been a pleasure. I'm so excited every time I see you because I know that you are out there doing some great things and helping people very affordably with, such a wonderful passion. No matter what, you have $1 million smile, $1 million per incident, $1 million, safety net. So thank you so much, Matt, for everything that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and make it the best year ever. See ya. That's
Bye-bye.
Liberty Healthshare, Matt Bellis. He's the Director of Communications for Liberty Healthshare. And they're not just a sponsor, but I am a member. And as he said, there had been, and they're making an announcement, and I've been aware of this, and I'm grateful that they have been able to speak about it now. There are certain things that they were not able to speak about, but now they're able to speak about it. But, growth and transition does happen. It happens to all of us. And so we need to decide, do we want to forgive or do we want to hold grudges? It's up to you. You can choose whatever you can. And so with Liberty Healthshare, I've been with them for 3 years, and, they've been with me for difficult times in my health, and especially just recently with breast implant illness. And the accident that I had, where I had to have my left implant removed, but it became more complicated than that. And so I am grateful to Liberty Healthshare for everything that they've done. And I'm so glad that I stepped away from insurance, and now I've stepped towards assurance that I will be taken care of by family and friends and Liberty Healthshare. So that's libertyhealthshare.org if you want to learn more. Okay, so we're going to switch gears because, as I mentioned, I want to share some of my top moments. And seriously, I wanted us to share 10. And I could not share just 10. So I'm hoping they'll be able to get through all of them. Normally, I do this class like on Thursday, but because we needed to accommodate some of our guests, we're doing it today, or some of our teachers. So we're doing it today, and hopefully this will be something that you will be able to replay over and over, because I want to hear what your top moments, your aha moments. Oh, and Wanda has shared, and I will look at these in pretty soon. So let's see what Wanda has shared. Let's see. My aha moment in 2019 is that I can retire from a 40-year career and start a new career where I will follow my passion in 2020. I will follow my passion working for nonprofit organizations that was founded in 1948 with a mission of providing education about the benefits of a whole, you're speaking my language, of a whole plant food. So congratulations, Wanda. At any age, we can start anew. Age is something of a mindset. You know, it's a chronological. It is not physiological. I don't know if that makes sense, if I said it correctly. If I didn't, well, hopefully you'll get my intention. My intention is that we are all capable of starting anew. You know, I find it very difficult, and perhaps I need to guard myself from this as well, that as we get older, we need to be open to learn new truths. And that's why I mentioned the Santa Claus to the Three Kings. I grew up with both. I grew up with Santa Claus, and I grew up with the Three Kings, because my parents wanted to incorporate our culture as well as our traditions. Where we moved to the United States, I was born in Florida. I'm a Florida baby girl, and I've lived in Florida most of my life. But my father was in the Air Force. Towards the end of his career, I was born. So I was 7 years old when he retired. 7 years old when he retired, and reinvented himself over and over and over again. So I saw that in my dad. And so when we moved to Puerto Rico for 7 years of our life, I'm sorry, for 4 years. I was 7. For 4 years, I lived in Puerto Rico, and we learned the culture, we learned the language, we learned the people and the lives, and so we were able to see that when we were in the United States and we celebrated Three Kings Day, it was like, oh my gosh, they're still getting presents. But we only got one gift. When we moved to Puerto Rico, Christmas was small, but Three Kings Day was huge. That's January 6th. And so today, as I was getting ready, as I mentioned earlier, that I was thinking about Santa Claus. I was thinking about the Three Kings and how my parents were able to merge those two together as a child. That was just like, oh my God, this is the greatest. This is the most wonderful thing. But here's the thing. Santa Claus was about giving. It was a man, the story of St. Nicholas, who started giving gifts and unannounced. And perhaps maybe the story is a little deeper than that, and I'm sure it is, but I don't want to focus on that. But as we grew up, we understood the meaning of the Magi, the Three Kings, which was they were seeking a new truth. They knew something. They were being commanded to do one thing, but as they journeyed, they learned a new truth, never to return to the old. And so that's what I want to talk about today, that we are now looking at some new truths of 2019, things that I have learned that I have just been so excited about with all the teachers in the classroom. And so, you know, if I were to take all the lessons, first of all, I would say I'm so grateful for my sponsors who have taken a stand with me, and I will kind of weave them in through my aha moments. You know, I'm grateful to Dr. Furman, who since 2015 has been in the classroom every month. He has not missed a month where he is teaching in this classroom. Why? Because he believes that everybody needs to know that nutrition is what we look for. And like Wanda said, Wanda is going to educate people on whole food, plant-based. Nutritarian lifestyle is what Dr. Joel Fuhrman has coined. Nutritarian, nutrient-rich, G-bombs. So this year I learned even more from him, even though you would think, oh, he's been in the classroom since 2015. What can you learn? Learn so many things, too many to talk about. So then I learned about fluoride and fluoride in the water and the truths about how fluoride is a neurotoxin. And here we are drinking it in our water, making aware. We gave away over-the-counter reverse osmosis products that now are sitting in your counter, and hopefully you'll go onto the shop now or the sponsors page and click on, we need to change the logo because they have a new name now. It used to be Purium, no, not Purium. It's a USA product. It's made in the United States, and it's a over-the-counter reverse osmosis. Check it out. It's been a while since I've done that one, but we had Paul Connett, Dr. Paul Connett, Melissa Gallico, Linda Polisano was the one that made me aware of it. And so I look at water in a different way. I can say no to the chlorine and the fluoride and the chemicals that are in the water by the reverse osmosis, adding minerals back in. There's so many things that I learned there. And of course, First Alternative Care, who has created a new program. So if you can't afford insurance or assurance, like I talk about with Liberty Healthshare, then what I would encourage you is to look at First Alternative Care. They are also in my sponsors page. And what they do is they offer telemedicine, non-urgent. So if you get into a car accident or if you break a bone or it's an urgent need, then you need to go to the ER or a walk-in clinic. But if they have so many different reasons. As most people go to the doctor for non-urgent issues, sore throats, fevers, flus. And so they've been able to create something absolutely phenomenal for the entire family. For $35, the entire family, the entire household. So you could have a visiting relative and they fall under the household. So for $35 a month, the entire household is able to get unlimited family practice, dermatology, and 3 hours a year of behavioral health counseling. And that's all for $35. They also have a portal that you can put all your information in. And let me tell you, it's life-saving. And so that when they called me up and said, this is something that we want everybody to have some form of care, some form of health care. And if they can't afford it for themselves, $35 for the entire family, that's less than going to a fast food restaurant and feeding your entire family. So check them out at whenyounneedafriend.com. Click on the sponsors, and I believe they're in the shop now, but I'm not 100% sure. But then I met John Edwards. John Edwards, he saw beyond people. And, I was just having this conversation about how if we only knew who was beside us, and I'm trying to remember who I was having this conversation, and Robert, maybe you can remind me. We were talking about how, there is like Matt was talking about, there is no end. There is no, if there's an end, there's a beginning right there. That beginning is the marking of an end. And so when it came to John Edwards and being able to see the loved ones around you, to be able to have that vision, even though I don't see, perhaps I feel, but he was able to hear, to feel. And one particular moment, this is someone I personally know. So I know John Edward did not know anything about this individual. And to be able to say, this person around you's name is John, and we know who John is, and so thank you, Robert. Yeah, we were talking with my cousin and his wife about, that I believe, because no one has ever died and come back other than the one we hold and we celebrate this season of Christmas. But outside of that, we can only imagine what death will be like. And so I have this belief, true belief, that death is the end of our physical body and the beginning of a new transformation within us. And so that moment kind of sealed it, that he was able to see that individual around Kathy. She was the teacher in that moment. And it put me I always questioned it. I always was skeptical, but that allowed me to say, you know what? We have so many people around us that are just waiting to help us. And all we need to do is ask. Some of these downloads that you get where you go, where did I pick this up? Where did I learn this? Perhaps there's a battalion of people just ready to serve you that are in their beginning, their eternal beginning. And so utilize, ask. I know that in the Catholic tradition, there is a saying that if you lose something, the patron saint of lost causes is Saint Anthony. And so if you lose something, just ask for Saint Anthony. I just picture Saint Anthony following me around all the time, just going, what did you lose? What did you lose? What did you lose? Let me help you find it. Let me help you find it. All we need to do is ask. We have so many people, so many loved ones. And if you only knew who walked beside you, you would never feel alone. And so that was one of those moments where I wanted to share today that I felt, gosh, I am just so grateful to be able to have all these teachers around to learn that maybe when I was a kid, I was told that if you could see into the future, you were driven by evil and the devil and all of that. But when you realize, when you go from Santa Claus to the wisdom of the Magi, then you realize we were all given special gifts. Why would I question your gift? I can be skeptical in a healthy way, but don't dismiss it just because you don't believe in it. Just honor it. Say, okay, it works for you, whether you want to accept it or not. That's a different story. And of course, we've got so many return guests that we have, like Jason Stevenson. By the way, Jason Stevenson will be on Thursday, and he is probably the most welcome teacher that I get more questions on. When is Jason returning? When is Jason returning? Thursday. He'll be here Thursday. We're going to be talking about mindfulness during the holidays, because there's so many people that poke us in the eye that we are forced to love. We're forced to love with every encounter. But if you don't feel like you're forced and you choose it, that's the sweet spot. So we're going to be talking about that on Thursday with Jason Stevenson. And so another aha moment was learning about chemical deficiencies in the brain. Chemical deficiencies. What is that chemical? Prozac? What is that chemical? An antidepressant? What is that chemical? Could it be magnesium? Could it be zinc? Could it be selenium? What is that chemical that we've been told that you're deficient on? I tend to side on the chemicals that are in our body naturally, and that we eat through our food naturally. No one is Prozac deficient. Nothing against all of that. You do what you choose. However, we had Dr. Bill Walsh, Dan Hansen of DHA Labs, Dr. Albert Mensa, Kelly Brogan. We've had Dr. Alice Lee saying your mind, your body needs certain nutrients. Could that be something that you're missing? And there's blood tests that you can take to say, do you have pylorrhea? Do you have schizophrenia? Do you have, well, these are the types. The book is called Nutrient Power. Nutrient Power. Oh, and by the way, I said at the beginning that if You write what your aha moment, and Wanda, you are registered for this. You can also private message everybody who writes either on the comment section or sends me an instant message, or you can send me a text at 407-373-5959. 373-5959 plus 407-373-5959. Everybody's going to go into my little winning basket, and I will be picking 3 names. The first 2 I pick will win a magazine, which is, I am obsessed with grounding. I'm obsessed with earthing. And this is a magazine that has a lot of information on grounding, ground therapy. And so 2 people are going to win this magazine, and 1 person is going to win the earthing book. Clint Over was in the classroom. Dr. Steven Sinatra has been in the classroom, and I stumbled upon ground therapy when I went to a iridology conference. And what an incredible experience to see how grounding does affect my body. I know many of you who have watched the classroom, that have been a part of the classroom, know my story about how I was experiencing pain after breast implant illness, surgery, and extraction of the implants that they thought was ruptured. And so with that in mind, I started doing some research, said, okay, let me try it myself, because the research looked because we know the earth has a frequency. We know. And with the accident, I worked on, microcurrent and pulse electromagnetic field bed, the EMF bed, that helped with managing my pain. So I haven't taken a Tylenol or pain medication when it comes to that, because I use the earth frequencies to heal my body. And those machines are expensive. They were about $4,000. But how wonderful that we have ground therapy, one of our affiliate sponsors, to be able to put in your bed, or like right now, I am barefoot underneath here. I am barefoot, and my feet are touching a $69 mat that is giving me, it's plugged into the grounding in the outlet. And I am, all this lighting and computers, I'm still being protected. That has probably been one of my best awakening moments of the year, to see that I can, with all this fear of EMFs, I can be compliant while I'm working on the computer because my feet are grounded. Or when I slip into my bed, and I can be grounded while I'm sleeping. The first 8 hours ever that I was able to sleep, and since I've been an adult, it was when I first got my grounding mat. I've had so many testimonials that have come through, and their stories of pain. So I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com, click on to my shop bag, and you too can get your own mat. Why not give the gift of health during the holidays? Because that's what I'm doing. And that's how I'm experiencing a new awakening, that new truth. I've known about 7.83 hertz of the ground energy, and everything is grounded. Our appliances, we're walking antennas, but we're not grounded because of our sneakers. Anyway, that has been a huge, huge, huge aha moment. So much so that we're giving away the earthing book and the earthing magazine, or it's called MH Earthing. It's Healthy Living with Muriel Hemingway. So it's a great magazine, by the way. So 2 of you, so write, whether you write it on the comment section, or you send me a private message, or you send me a text or a call at 407-373-5959, you will have a chance. Your name will be in that nice little winner's bag. And whoever wins, I'm going to pull 3 names out. 2 of them will win the magazine, and 1 will win the book. Now, here's the thing. Just recently, we did a whole bundle. Another one is Keep Me Safe Organics. I'm obsessed with Keep Me Safe Organics, and they are educating everybody about all the ingredients that you should avoid. So in the last classroom that Rebecca Black and Kelly Bono were in, they gave away a free bundle. That's like $150, the bundle is. And so I said, anyone who sends an instant message and wants a bundle, and we had lots of names, but I want to announce the winner. I haven't called her yet, but it's Galina. Galina, you won. And so I hope that, oh, hey, Olivia. Hi, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, let's get grounded. We are giving away the book and the magazine. So everybody who writes will have an opportunity to go in. So make sure that you are giving the gift of health this year. And if you decide that you would like to get some mats, I am going to see if I can get you free shipping. And so text me or email me at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com, or send me a private message, and I'll see if I can get you that code for free shipping for the year. Okay, so Keep Me Safe Organics, another thing. Keep Me Safe, all organic, all clean, non-synthetic, non-GMO. It's rabbit friendly. It's like got that little bunny rabbit logo on it. It's also got the certified organic logo on it. From head to toe, chemicals. There are so many chemicals in our body that are creating inflammation. That's why I say not one size fits all. So that's why grounding was so special to me, because grounding was a missing piece. Makeup, cleansers, soap, shampoos. We talked with Joe Pizzorno, and he made us aware about so many different chemicals that are in our the products that we put on our body. So when Keep Me Safe Organics came, and of course, if you go to my sponsors page, you get 10% off if you enter Lily's 10, your entire order. So when Keep Me Safe Organics came on board, I was just thrilled, because we hide all our chemicals, but then, from our children so that we can keep them safe. But then we take lotions that have petroleum in it, that have products that age our skin, and we need them over and over and over again, because they're aging us, but they give us a false sense of security at the beginning. And so Galina won that bundle. So I just want you to know, Galina, that I'll be contacting you later on. So I want to encourage you to really look at your skin, whether you wear makeup or not. All my makeup, lip balm or whatever, that's all Keep Me Safe Organics. My soap, my lotions, everything is Keep Me Safe Organic. So if you are curious about it and you want to learn more, just go to my sponsors page, my Shop Now page, and you too can start making these changes, these little tweaks, because we think it's all about the food. Well, maybe that's a huge part of it. But when they looked at studies of centenarian, they thought that it was about, pristine eating. Nope. Some of them ate terrible. Maybe they thought they didn't smoke. Nope. Some of them did smoke. Maybe they didn't drink alcohol. Nope. Maybe some of them did drink alcohol. So there wasn't a one consistency of the things that we think would heal our body and keep us strong and wise and all that. But the one thing they discovered is that one thing they had in common is that they felt like they were vital to their community. They belonged to their community. And that's what this community is all about. That's why I want you to sign in to whenyouneedafriend.com and become a subscriber. And the reason why I want you to become a subscriber is we don't know how long Facebook is going to allow the classroom, or we don't know how long YouTube will be, will they continue to censor us so that we can't, so that, my goal is that we can continue to do this, but we don't know what we don't know. How do we stay connected in the classroom? You stay connected by becoming a subscriber, liking and following and having different ways to connect, so that you don't feel alone, so that you don't feel abandoned. you go to whenyouneedafriend.com. How many friends do you have on Facebook? Thousands. Some people have thousands of friends on Facebook. But if you needed to call somebody because you were hurting, how many of those people would you call? That sense of belonging, reaching out to somebody and truly saying, I'm hurting, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain or mental anguish. Like Seneca said, we suffer more in our minds than we do in reality. So it's time. It's time to be connected. It's time to learn a new truth, whether it's one of my sponsors or not one of the sponsors, whether it's, whatever it takes. The great philosopher Meatloaf said, I would do anything for, and put in that, whatever that word is. For the song, it was love. But it could be health. It could be abundance. It could be relationship, getting the relationship of your dream. It could be healing your spirit, mind, and body. But here's what Meatloaf says right after he says, I would do anything. He says, but I won't do that. But what we focus on in the classroom is what we want. You want health? You want to be pain-free? You want to be, then try something new. Be open, be curious, not critical, to figuring out what I'm doing is not working. I can talk about my past and I can try to figure out and rehash it, but that may not work for you anymore. Just know it's not working. So what will you be willing to do to get to that next level? So we're going to be trying some new things. We tried with Dr. Grable, who helped with breast implant illness. He was the one that was able to identify medically necessary surgery, not just from the car accident, but also from the damages that smashing a breast that has an implant can do to the body. And so we had Dr. Lee Cowden, Dr. Stephen Grable, who is a sponsor of the classroom. Savina Holt came on and Cassie Carter came on to help us. And if you go onto my YouTube page, we have like different playlists. And so there's a playlist just for breast implant illness. And there's a playlist, we're going to start a playlist for ground therapy. And we're going to start a playlist. Oh, by the way, this is new for next year. But this is something that I've been doing for the last month or so. It's called Brain Tap. Oh yeah, doesn't it look sexy? Yes, we're going to be talking about Brain Tap in the future. And it's a way to rewrite the program. Oh, yeah. So can you imagine rewriting the program while getting grounded? Amazing. Okay. So we learned about vaccine safety with Del Bigtree, Judy Mekovitz, Brittany Cara, Del Bigtree. I said Del Bigtree because we've had him several times. And Andrew Whitefield. This is not about believing in Santa Claus, right? This is about the science, just like the mats, just like ground therapy. It's not about believe. I'm not asking you to believe in Santa. I'm asking you to do the research. Nutritional research is not about believing, beliefs can be argued. Facts cannot. Science cannot, unless it's skewed, unless there's somebody there that's kind of skewing the numbers, which is what's happened with vaccine safety. We want vaccine safety. I'm not against vaccine. I am not for vaccines. I am for safety with vaccines. And so sometimes we've got to take a step towards, what we believe in because there's evidence to support it. So please research the evidence. Don't just repeat what I say because I said it. Don't repeat what one person says. Dr. Joseph Mercola is a wonderful doctor, but anything that comes out of his mouth, I research. And I encourage you to research everything that comes out of my mouth. Make it your truth. Make it your awareness. Make it your aha moment. And so let's see. We talked about water. We discussed water with the pollutants that like Pizzorno was talking about, all those things. So many return guests like Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., Willie Baronet, who taught us to look at the homeless with compassion. And we even had Eddie Dunn on, who because of Willie Baronet and We Are All Homeless, a movement, was able to change and transform his life. I also did a 5-day water fast. Can you believe it? I am always hungry. I'm always hungry. I love to eat, but I eat foods that are nutrient rich for the most part. About 80 to 90% of the time I eat well. That 10%, 20%, leave me alone. I am going to eat what I eat. But even within that leave me alone, I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat. It's pretty healthy. It's not that bad. I still have to eat gluten-free, no dairy, because I'm allergic to those things. But, if I want to have the food that is in front of me, I am going to have it. If I want to have a piece of turkey on Thanksgiving, I am going to have it. So I go with nutrients, and this is what I have learned for my body. There's no one size fit all. So anyone who comes up and says, this is the only way, perhaps there's multiple ways to get to where you want to go. My husband and I have different, we have the same goal, but we have different ways to achieve them. He might take the scenic route. I might take the expressway. Or I might take the scenic route, but he might take the expressway. The end result is that we want what's best for ourselves. We want what's best for the other. And it doesn't matter how you get there, what other tools and modalities you use. You are a unique individual. So don't believe that that one pill that is supposed to be in everybody's cabinet is going to affect you the same way it's going to affect somebody else. Do your homework. Look at the consequences. The side effects so far, of nutritional excellence is joy. It's health. It's perhaps maybe if you might have some foods that you're sensitive to. So eliminate those. No big deal. It's just food. When I went 5 days without eating, I realized that I eat out of habit. I eat out of, socializing. I eat out of certain obligations or mindsets. But you can change the way you look at things by the way the things you look at change. So here we go. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So many different things out there. I was talking to a young lady who's 21 years old, and she was so closed to just the idea of exploring, of just the idea of continuing that exploration. And so I want to encourage you, and I know that we're getting down to the last couple of minutes for the podcast, but we're going to continue on YouTube and on Facebook. And again, I want to encourage you to share what your aha moment is on instant message or messenger or at Lillian's radio show, which go to whenyouneedafriend.com and click on all my social media and follow me, my YouTube, follow me there. Share this video and forward it to friends and encourage them to be a part of it. And I think I want to talk about Live Longer Medical and how they've been able to be a part of the classroom. Of course, Liberty Healthshare, who has taken a stand, and I'm standing by them because too many things happened that went wrong, and now they're trying to make it right. And so I am excited every time someone comes in and we learn a new truth about healing the body from cancer. No one is chemotherapy deficient or radiation deficient. Again, what is it that your body is deficient of? Give it what it needs. Love your body to health and wellness. And I'm going to continue sharing some of my favorite aha moments when we're done with the podcast. But I want to hear yours as well. But there's so many different ways that you can heal. Again, we have, and I have this today on my desk. I am a collector of Santas. I have lots of Santa Claus. But I began to look at Santa Claus in a different way, because I've been saying, I'm not asking you to believe in Santa Claus. I'm asking you to look at the evidence and the facts. And I'm also a collector, coincidentally enough, of the Three Kings. And so I want you to encourage you to be a seeker of a new truth. What will work for you? If it's not working for you now with your relationships or things that are happening in your life, it's time to become curious. And I wish that for you for 2020 vision. Yeah, that's what it is. And so we're going to continue after the podcast. We're going to continue at facebook.com at Lillian's Radio Show. You're welcome to join us at any time on the live broadcast. And please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay. So this is the time where we're done with the podcast, which is heard worldwide, by the way. Facebook worldwide. We have followers. We have members in the classroom, students in the classroom that are from all over the world. And oh, by the way, you see my sparkly little tree in the background. Yes, I decided to do that as well. So I want to encourage you to think beyond your truth and start being curious. Are you happy in your life? Do you wake up in the morning and go, thank you. I'm so grateful. Or do you say, oh, my back hurts, another day, I hate my job. What do you want for your life? And so next year for 2020, I want to focus on the spirit. What is it about the spirit that is not connected? Grounding connects us to the earth, and I'm obsessed with grounding. Connects us to the earth. And we have lost our connection. We have lost our connection not only to the earth, we have lost our connection to ourself. What does that mean? We were created by our Creator, and we are the creators. We are co-creators. It all depends on how you want to look at it. We're creating or we're co-creating. Whichever way, that word responsibility is part of that creation. So the good news about being a creator is that you can change anything, just like Wanda said at the beginning of the class today, that she's making a choice. She's making a choice to retire after 40 years and start focusing on her passion. When will you start focusing on your passion? I don't get a lot. Everything that comes into the classroom goes out to help pay for everybody. My creative assistant, all the different promotions and all the different things, everything that comes in goes out. I would love to get paid by the classroom, by the sponsors, to have a surplus of abundance of the classroom. That's what I want. But here's the thing. We've lost that connection to spirit. We have lost that connection to longing for what we want. And so I want to encourage you as you go into this 2020, clear vision 2020, to be, how you can either do this two ways. Write down what you want, because it's really easy to say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. How many of you think about what you don't want? And whatever you don't want continues to expand. because you're focusing on what you don't want. Just make a tiny little shift to focusing on what you want. And so here's the deal. So if you can only think about what you don't want, write it down, and then write the alternative right beside it of what is the opposite of what you don't want. And that's what you need to focus on. Focus on what you want: better health, a better spirit. So I want to focus on the spirit next year, 2020. And Dr. Lee Cowden said in the classroom that when you focus on your spirit, the mind and the body fall into alignment. So if so many people focus on the mind and, depression and, and if you're going through all of that, my heart aches longs for that moment for you, that you will see that there's many other ways that you can shift the thinking. There are, like I mentioned before, we have classes on mind health. Kelly Brogan, Dr. Mensa, Bill Walsh, DHA Labs, all those things come together where you can figure out what's causing my mind to do what it's doing. But that disconnection with spirit, that Lee Cowden said it best. If you heal your spirit, that's past traumas that are in your body, in your healing sections of your body. Some people call them chakra, some people call them healing centers, but they're in sections of your body. They've got it down to a science where whatever part is hurting in your body, if you look at that, what it stores, the areas where your emotions are storing, you can go right to the root cause. So you have my commitment that we're going to be focusing on spirit so that everything else will fall into alignment. If we focus on a body, it could be expensive to focus on the body. It could be, if the body wants to be fit and young and muscular and have all those things. But if your spirit and your mind is not in alignment, then will you be able to be happy? Can you be happy? And so I want to encourage you guys as we go into 2020 to be willing to look at past traumas. Be willing to look at your spirit and say, I need to feel connected. Just like those centenarians that are living lives that are, they feel vital. They feel that they are part of the community. 45% of people who are lonely and don't feel like they belong die prematurely. 45%. That's worse than pollution, obesity, alcoholism, loneliness. So you have my commitment that we're going to focus on that connection. And so, again, for those of you who are watching later on or on YouTube, I want to encourage you to share this information, to go from the Santa Claus mentality to the journey of wisdom, the journey of spirit, the journey of learning a new truth. Even if you are told that you're supposed to believe and do a certain thing, which is the story of the three kings. They wanted them to they wanted the three kings to find the chosen, the Jesus, and come back and tell the king to honor him. But they in dreams knew that it wasn't about honoring, it was about destroying. So there's a lot of people out there, they're not about you. They're not about the truth that will set you free. They're not about that new truth. So I want to encourage you to be a seeker of truth. Research it. People are arguing that 2 + 2 = 4. You can't argue 2 + 2 = 4. That's not an opinion. You can argue opinions, but you cannot argue facts. It is what it is. Whether you're unhappy with your current situation, or you want more, or change, or a relationship, or connection, just be careful what you wish for, because it's not about thinking about it. It's not about manifesting it. It's not about, because first it's a thought, then it's a feeling, and then that feeling converts into an action. So if you think that you want change and you're ready to do whatever it takes, like meatloaf, I would do anything. Really? Are you? Will you? Will 2020 be a year of clarity? And by the way, don't wait till the countdown. Don't wait till the ball drops. Right now is when the ball drops. Oh, no, right now is when the ball drops. Oh, wait. Right now is when the ball drops. Every second of your day, you can make a choice to start anew. You don't have to wait till the beginning of the month. You don't have to wait till the first of the month, the end of the year, the beginning of the year, Monday, Friday. Enough. Oh, the ball drops right now. Oh, yeah. The ball just dropped. And you can say, happy new moment. It's a new choice for me. I can make a change. I can make a difference. Oh, yeah. That's what my band says. You see it? Be the change. Be the change. If you're waiting for someone else to do it for you, you're going to be waiting a long time, because there are people out there that are manipulating and want you to choose what they want you to choose. But one size does not fit all. Look at your life. Be your own medical detective. Be your own MD. And love yourself to health. Whether you choose the products I represent or you choose other products, do the research, do your homework, and don't repeat like a parrot. Research it so then it becomes your truth. So that's it for me. Let's see. I think I covered most of the things that I wanted to share with you. I think I did. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I think so too. Tomorrow's a new day. We're going to have a new teacher in the classroom. I hope that you tune in. I hope you share the class. And remember, whether you're watching, because I'm not going to draw names until Friday. Friday, the 17th. What is Friday? Oh, I have to show you. I want to share this with you guys, since we are your teacher's pet in the classroom. I want to share one of the first things that I bring. Let's see, right here. This is one of my favorite. This is a beautiful large print of what's the symbolism of seeking. Oh, I don't know if you see it really well. There we go. Anyway, it hangs on my wall. It goes away, but then it comes back, goes away, it comes back. But I love the representation this morning as I was getting ready, like I said, the representation of going from Santa Claus mentality to wisdom mentality and the three kings. You can't, I don't want you to believe in something that you don't want to believe in, but be curious and consider the prices, the costs, the benefits of the journey towards a new truth. And I hope you will consider taking it. The ball just dropped. Any moment that you want. Now, I want to remind you, on Friday, let's see, Friday the 20th, I will do anybody who posts on the comment section or sends me a instant message or messenger or sends me a text at 407-373-5959 will win either a copy. One person will win the Earthing, and of course, adore this man, Clint Ober. And then another one that I just fell in love with was Stephen Sinatra, Dr. Stephen Sinatra, who just came on. We're going to have him back. We're going to be focusing on spirit. And he's a cardiologist, an integrative cardiologist. And then 2 people are going to get this magazine filled with information about ground therapy, the benefits, and all of that. So start now, because everybody's name is going to be put in my winner's basket, and 3 people will be selected, 2 for the magazine and 1 for the book, and I personally will send it to you. So again, please make sure that you share, that you follow, that you like, and you can be an enrolled student in the classroom. So whether you help me financially or spirit, you help me with time, treasure, or talent, you're always welcome to join in. So please remember, I'll be right here. And I know that we're going to have guests. We're having teachers tomorrow and on Thursday. But I officially want to wish you the best year, 2020, health-wise, health, wisdom, spiritual connection, everything that you possibly can to truly live the happiest, the best life you can live. There's a lot of people who are existing and are slaves of commercialism. You don't have to. Choose what's best for you, for the people you love. Learn and be curious, considerate, instead of critical. So that's my message for 2019. I hope I got everything that I wanted to share. Of course, I speak from the heart, not necessarily from a script. I just have little bullets that I want to make sure that I share with you today. Share your moments. I welcome them. I love seeing, what did you learn from the classroom this year? That's all you have to share with me. And we will put your name on the little giveaway winner's basket. Until next time, we'll see each other tomorrow. Tomorrow it's at 5 Eastern time, and we'll be learning and growing together. We'll see you soon. Bye.